Welcome to Historical Highway, where we delve into the depths of history to uncover the fascinating mechanics of the past. Today, we embark on a journey back to ancient Rome to uncover the sophisticated logistics that powered one of the greatest empires the world has ever known. By the end of this video, you'll understand the monumental role logistics played in shaping Roman military success. Imagine the Roman Empire at its zenith, a vast network of territories all controlled from the heart of Rome. But how did Rome maintain control and continue to expand its borders? The answer lies not just in their prowess in battle, but in their unparalleled mastery of military logistics. Military logistics, in essence, is the art of planning and carrying out the movement and maintenance of forces. For the Romans, this wasn't just a necessity, but an art form perfected over centuries. Let's start by visualizing a typical Roman military campaign initiated by directives from the Senate or the emperor themselves. Months before any soldier set foot on the battlefield, meticulous planning was underway. The authorities debated motives, assessed resources, and strategized on the provisioning of their legions over the duration of a campaign. Consider a scenario where a moderate-sized force, say 4 legions, was dispatched from the lower Danube to the upper Rhine. Covering around 1,000 miles at a steady pace of about 93 miles per week, this journey would take approximately 2.5 months. Each of these legions, comprising about 5,000 men, required a staggering array of supplies, from food to weaponry, and even draft animals for transport. An army this size virtually mirrored the population of an ancient city, around 80,000 individuals, including soldiers, auxiliaries, and a vast entourage of non-combatants. These legions were a logistical behemoth, consuming massive quantities of wheat, wine, vinegar, and salt, essential staples for sustaining an army on the move. Wheat was crucial, forming 2/3 of a soldier's diet and providing the bulk of their caloric intake. Wine, often diluted with water to purify it and improve its taste, was a dietary staple, while vinegar and salt were indispensable for preserving food. But the logistics of provisioning extended beyond mere consumption. The movement of supplies was a marvel of strategic planning. The Roman state meticulously calculated the needs of its campaigns and ensured that each province could meet these demands by assessing their resources and capacities. Now, transport and communication were the lifelines of Roman logistics. The Mediterranean's vast network allowed ships to carry large quantities of supplies swiftly and efficiently, capitalizing on favorable winds and the connectivity provided by rivers. On land, the famed Roman roads facilitated the rapid movement of supplies and troops, ensuring that the legions were well-fed, well-equipped, and ready for whatever challenges they might face. Within the Roman legions, logistics was just as critical. The armies were constantly on the move, a strategy that kept the soldiers busy and prevented the idleness that could lead to indiscipline or mutiny. Each campsite was strategically chosen near essential resources like wood and water, which were vital for daily needs, but impossible to transport in sufficient quantities. In enemy territory, the logistical strategy shifted. Romans often relied on foraging to supplement their supplies, but this was done with discipline to avoid devastating the very territories they aimed to conquer. The efficiency of their logistical apparatus allowed them to maintain armies in the field for extended periods, ensuring that even in the event of a setback, they could regroup and strike back with formidable force. Continuing from our exploration of the Roman Empire's logistical mastery, it's crucial to understand how these systems were not just about moving and managing resources, but also about the strategic deployment of infrastructure that turned logistics into a weapon of war. Imagine the logistical challenges faced by these ancient commanders. They had to ensure not only the supply of tens of thousands of soldiers, but also the support systems that moved with them. The Roman logistics system was a complex network of supply lines, storage depots, and communication routes that were as strategically important as any legion. The backbone of this network was the famed Roman road system. Engineered to last and built across the empire, these roads were the arteries of Roman military logistics. With the creation of these roads, legions could move faster and more efficiently than their adversaries, allowing them to respond quickly to threats or expand their influence into new territories. Let's dive deeper into the types of supplies that were critical to sustaining the Roman legions. Apart from the basics like wheat and wine, there were other essentials like leather for sandals and tents, iron for weapons and tools, and cloth for uniforms. The logistics of procuring these materials involved a vast network of traders and craftsmen spread across the empire. Transportation of these goods was another monumental task. While rivers and seas offered the easiest routes, land transportation relied heavily on the Roman roads and a fleet of carts and pack animals. Each legion would have its own contingent of logistical officers whose job was to coordinate the acquisition, storage, and distribution of supplies. Communication, too, played a pivotal role. The Romans employed a relay system of horses and messengers, known as the cursus publicus, which allowed for rapid transmission of messages across vast distances. This system ensured that commanders could make informed decisions based on the latest intelligence from the front or the capital. In enemy territories, the strategy often involved more than just foraging. Romans would strategically plan their routes to ensure they passed through areas abundant in resources. This not only eased the supply burden but also denied these resources to the enemy, weakening them before a confrontation. This brings us to the psychological aspect of Roman logistics. By ensuring their armies were well provided for, Roman commanders boosted the morale of their troops, who knew they had the backing of a robust support system. In contrast, the sight of a well-supplied, disciplined Roman force often sapped the morale of their adversaries. Moreover, the logistical prowess of the Romans also included managing the health and well-being of their troops. Medical supplies, doctors, and even veterinarians were part of the legion's retinue. Sick or injured soldiers were treated with the same efficiency as the distribution of food and weapons, maintaining the fighting effectiveness of the army. The logistics of feeding an army were intricate. Camp kitchens were set up to cook large quantities of food efficiently. The staple diet was supplemented by local produce whenever possible, with soldiers often trading with local populations, further integrating the army with the local economy. But the Roman logistical system wasn't just about provisioning and transport. It also involved sophisticated financial management. Funding for military campaigns came from the state treasury, but logistical officers also had to manage funds on the move, ensuring soldiers were paid and supplies purchased. The logistics of coinage, the minting, and distribution of money was another layer of this complex system. As we wrap up, it's clear that the Roman Empire's success was as much about its logistical innovations as it was about the valor and tactics of its legions. The ability to project power across such vast distances and maintain forces in diverse and often hostile environments is a testament to their understanding of the art of logistics. Roman logistics were not just about the physical movement of goods and soldiers. It was about creating a system so advanced that it could support the continuous expansion and control of an empire spread across 3 continents. Thank you for joining us on this historical journey on Historical Highway. If you found this exploration into Roman military logistics insightful, please like and subscribe for more detailed dives into the past. Remember, history is not just about the battles fought, but also about the strategies behind the scenes that made those victories possible. See you in the next video.